What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark, MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today I'm going to review Eyes of Wakanda. Yes, it's here. It's another Marvel show, so obviously the internet is going to react to it really well, really politely, as they do for everything that is Marvel related and has leads that don't necessarily look like them. So Eyes of Wakanda is it's a four-part animated series set within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It expands the lore of Wakanda. What's interesting about this show is I remember back when they were announcing a whole bunch of shows that they wanted to do for Disney Plus, and there was supposed to be one that was an extension of Wakanda, and Denai Guerrera was attached to it. She's not in this, and I'm thinking that show died and became this, and this is like the low budget version. They're like, we don't know if people will watch a live action Wakanda series featuring Michonne, but I don't know what I can't, I know she has a name within Wakanda. I think it's just more fun to say Michonne. Anyway, yes. Now we have Eyes of Wakanda, which I liked 3 of the 4 episodes. One of the episodes is a no-go for me. Did not like it. Said Sam I am. I do not like my green eggs with my ham. I like them separate on 2 different, if you mix them, it doesn't work well. Maybe that's it. Has anybody ever thought about that guy, that poor guy? Is that maybe he just was one of those people who just likes his food on different, like not overlap, not together. He wanted green eggs and ham, like 2 different plates. Anyway, Wakanda is maybe he just likes ham. This is a series featuring the stories of Wakanda and various Wakandan warriors throughout history and the things that they've had to go out for. The 4th episode tries to tie it in a little bit, tries to like loop all 4 episodes together. Not well. It kind of only loops the 1 episode in. That's the 4th episode kind of just goes, well, all of this is part of the bigger picture and here's how. But it doesn't really explain the previous 3 episodes. It does a really poor job of that. It doesn't really link the 4 together. It just kind of links the 4th one and thereby the first 3 to the Black Panther franchise. I'll explain. This is a TV review / recap, so we can go in a little bit into spoilers. First episode is there's a dorm lodge that is, I don't remember anybody's names of these things, dorm lodge that is sent to essentially arrest this guy called the Lion, who is a former Wakandian who has started his own like empire. He stole some stuff and he's been sort of like capturing people and making them slaves to his cause and talking about freedom. This is not freedom. He's got people literally chained up doing things. So he gets into a fight with a Dora Milaje, and it's a Dora Milaje too. There's this thing where he used to be a badass warrior for Wakanda, so he was training the Dora Milaje. So everyone they've sent so far has failed because he trained them. So they have to send this one who's rogue, who dropped out of the Dora Milaje training program because she couldn't work with others. She didn't play well with others. So she's like her own person type of thing. So she has to go face off against the Lion. I won't tell you how the story ends. I'll save you that spoiler. That's how we'll do these things. The second one, the one I did not like, we decided to add Wakanda into history, but this is why our kids are stupid, is because they watch stuff like this and they go, oh, this is... I know it's debatable as to whether or not this is history at all, but we do kind of teach this stuff, like the Aeneid and the story of Troy and Achilles, and there's like a whole big thing here, and Eyes of Wakanda in order to fit it into a short-ass 30-minute runtime, it kind of trims it all down and oversimplifies the Battle of Troy and the Trojan horse. And it even goes so far as to name the Wakandan warrior Memnon, which I thought was fucking stupid, because if you know the whole story, there is an actual character slash person, Agamemnon, who is the one who orders all of this. The whole Helen of Troy thing, the face that launched 1,000 ships. Yeah, there is already a character sort of with that. So it's not suggesting that he is Agamemnon, like history got it wrong and Agamemnon was searching for Helen of Troy and it was a Wakandian warrior. No, they completely go in a total different direction. And Memnon is just like a regular dude who's following Achilles around. And then he's like looking for this Wakandan artifact that is inside the city. It's just stupid. It just pissed me off. It pissed me off more than I could enjoy it. It's not that I disagree with the idea of putting things in history or within mythology, but this felt like somebody was like couldn't be bothered to read the mythology and therefore didn't understand it. And then it was just like, wasn't there a Trojan horse story? Why don't we'll do that? We'll put the Wakandans in with that. And like all they knew or remembered about it was Trojan horse and Achilles and go. And the oversimplification and idification, I made up that word, idification. It's when you idify something, idiots. Just, I don't know. The second episode, I would delete it. I would just go from 1 to 3 to 4. If I had children and I had to watch these shows for like content before my kids or something like that, I'd be like, we're watching 1, 3, and 4. And if you ask me about 2, you're going to bed without dinner. No dinner for you. Ever. Don't ask. So I viscerally hate 2, with a passion. So, which is, it's sad. But anyway, 3's cool. It's just, 3's actually almost redemptively interesting in a way that it deals with what I like about these couple of episodes and the fact that they're going after these artifacts is that they're going after, we're having this conversation now about developing African nations and the stuff that was taken from them and how it's part of their history and they want it back. And because like, some of these museums just have things like swords and shields and even stuff like pottery that they just took from African nations back in the day, and it's in like museums, and I'm like, oh, look at this African shit we got. And Africa's like, yeah, that's ours. Can we have that back now? We have electricity and running water and cities and museums of our own. We'd like to have our own culture back. So in a not so subtle way, the show is also sort of dealing with that by having these Wakandans go out and reclaim their own artifacts. But the third episode is really interesting because it's a piece of Wakandan tech that has been gone for so long. It has now become part of another artifact. And the way they're able to have the conversation is it's not another colonizer. So he doesn't go and visit white people. He goes to like, I don't know, was it China or Japan? Where does Iron Fist come from? Anyway, I want to say China. It might be Japan. I don't remember where this is located. And there's a artifact there that has like a piece of it is Wakandan tech, but the rest of it is this like statue that is of great significance and meaning to the people. And it even has this person who's been hired to protect it. So, which turns out to be the Iron Fist of their generation, not Danny Rand, which would be funny, but whatever. No, it's just Iron. So it has this clash between two cultures, and the idea that yes, your thing is part of your history, but the thing that your thing is in is also part of our history, and they're both sort of these ancient cultures. So I thought that was intriguing and well written, and kind of fun. So I like the third episode. The fourth episode features two soldiers who are sort of overseeing, and there's like a battle, and they have to go take this one thing, and I think one of them's a prince. Yeah, we keep calling him a prince. I don't know. None of these Wakandans are from the movie, so you wouldn't know who any of them are. And then from the future comes a Wakandan queen who tells them about the horde that comes and why they have to put the artifact back, because they found that in all of Wakandan's efforts to try to stay closed off from the rest of the world, that they stay too closed off. And then when this alien horde arrives, it wipes out all of humanity because Wakanda hadn't integrated with society. So they have to sort of integrate and start working with society at some point. And this is the one piece that if they don't retrieve it, it will go into the right hands, which will trigger Wakanda being revealed to the world. A fallen Wakandan son, and if you know where this is going, then kudos. It's Killmonger. it's something that Killmonger has to find. So that's what's there. That's what it is. And that's how they rope it all in. And yeah, so 1, 3, and 4, good. I think probably 3 was my favorite episode. 4 tries to, by showing the reason how they try to rope it all in is A, with Killmonger, but B, they show this futuristic Wakandan queen hopping into the previous episodes and being like, was it here? Is it here? Nope, not here. Is it here? Nope, not here. Is it here? Nope, not here. Oh, it's in this one. Like she's Goldilocks or something. She's, the time traveling Goldilocks of the Wakandan universe. Just right. The fourth one was just right. So I thought it was kind of silly how they try to tie it in. This is all right. This is not my favorite thing that happened in the Disney Marvel Cinematic Universe. It feels like Disney's trying to throw it away, and it feels like a throwaway. Like it feels like it's just there to expand upon Wakandian lore for people who are really big about Wakanda and who are asking for something. It's like you're asking for something, and this is not what you asked for, but this is what Disney was giving you. It's the equivalent of being of asking for a cheeseburger and being like, you know what? I really love cheeseburgers. I really love that meat and cheese on a bun. If you can make that happen for me, that would be great. And then you order it, and somebody comes back and they give you a literal bun with a lot of cheese in it. And they're like, that is a cheeseburger. There is a bun on the bottom, a bun on the top, and there's cheese in there. It is a cheeseburger. You don't actually say the word meat when you mean cheese. Well, you're like, technically, this is a show about Wakanda. This is not the show anybody wanted about Wakanda, but you're right, it is about Wakanda. So, you did technically give people what they asked for, a show about Wakanda. Could they have done something far more interesting with the actual participation of Ryan Coogler and characters from the Wakanda movies? Yes, they could have. Do they want to? No, because the internet keeps telling them that the problem is saturation. The problem is not saturation. The problem is quality. The problem is being able to empower your creatives to make things that are good and know that they're good. They talk a lot. Kevin Feige has talked a lot about making sure that they have the script before they shoot. I don't know why they were ever not doing that. I assume that's why we don't have Blade, is because they don't have the right script for it. Is that they announced Blade and they were like, oh shit, what story do we do? I don't know, man. Oh god. Because Blade was already supposed to have released by now. From their initial announcement of Blade, when they first were like, Mahershala Ali's Blade coming, and it's already supposed to be gone. Like, done, happened by now. And we haven't had Blade. This hasn't even shot. It doesn't even have a director. So if they're doing that with Blade, if they're being that hard ass about Blade, why weren't they being that hard ass about anything else? If they're being like super overly protective about Blade and keep bouncing around directors and pushing that film back, Mahershala Ali is eventually going to age out of the role. It's just, they're going to turn around one day and be like, oh shit, he's 60 now. Damn it. But yeah, in the short term, I don't know why the other films ever started filming without a completed script. I don't know why that's being suggested. So, talent, you know, they're not attracting the right kinds. Most of the auteurs think this stuff is hot garbage, but man, James Gunn is a perfect example of that. If you just give him, if you trust in James Gunn, he will make you a completely accessible, watchable movie. Every time, just give something to James. They have to find their James Gunns. They have to find people, and then they can do whatever they want. Like the guy who did WandaVision, right? He made an excellent WandaVision show. He was allowed to sort of do his thing. The unfortunate thing is they were like, can you do that again, but do it with Fantastic Four? Can you do the exact same thing and just do it with Fantastic Four? And he's like, I can't come up with like a new, you don't trust me enough? No, we want you to do the exact same thing and do it with Fantastic Four. So if you trust in people like creatives, you'll notice that the films that they do have some auteurs who are willing to fuck with Marvel. And I guess Ryan Coogler just wasn't that interested in a Wakandian series. Kind of makes me wonder if is it Steven something Cable, the guy who took over for him in the Creed franchise, whether or not he would have been willing to, because he does a really good job of following up and closing out and following in the footsteps of Ryan Coogler. He's a good spot filler for things. Kind of wonder what he would do with a Wakandan TV series. But anyway, I don't know why this is here. I don't know why we have this. Yes, technically it's a cheeseburger, but it's not the cheeseburger anyone intentionally ordered. So, but I do like Marvel stuff. I do like Marvel comics, but this is one of my least favorite Marvel shows. I mean, there's a whole fourth of it that's gone. Like it loses 25% of its possible voting from me. So if I was going, which, on a scale of 1 to 100, this can't go above 75. And then I have to sort of acknowledge and pare down from there. How much did I enjoy the other episodes? Because I would assume then that I would enjoy every other episode at max potential, which is not really true. Because I didn't enjoy the fourth episode at max potential. I thought it got a little silly. So if I'm trying to figure out how much to dip it, I'm still going fresh, just not super fresh. Not like, oh my God, run out and jump into the Eyes of Wakanda. We're going a 6.9 out of 10 on this one. It might be my least, I don't know. There are parts of Daredevil Born Again, though, that were just were really rough. Man, that show was really trying to figure its shit out while it was happening. Talk about a show that didn't have a script. Jesus. Anyway, yeah, that's it. We're at 6.9 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Audio description is great. It's Deluxe, narrated by, I will remember this, Michelle Deco? I think that's right. Michelle Deco. So, oh my God. So sorry. I got it. I remembered it eventually. It's really nice narration. And it's cool. It's animated and a lot of stuff that, I don't know, it doesn't take like full advantage of the animation. It's actually, this easily could have been live action if they wanted it to be, but yeah, it's got really nice, well-made narration for it from Deluxe. So that's it now. Now I'm done. Forgot to mention I'm blind. I need to mention who did the audio description. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the other side.